Welcome to yet another episode of Success Principles by Successful Principles. For the ones who know me, my name is Kamalneet Singh. For the ones who don't know me, my name is still Kamalneet Singh. The name doesn't change, right? Now, you know that all the parents out there, you know that parenting can be challenging. At the same time, it can be one cherished journey. And I've always said this that every parent, every father is a superman and every mother is a superwoman, and conscious parenting is your true superpower. Yet at the same time, we as parents, we like to do experiments. While there is nothing wrong with doing experiments, sometimes what happens is that, with our experiments, unconsciously when we end up making some damages which are irreparable. And the idea of the series is to bring to you the best of the educators from around the world so that you can learn from their wisdom, and maybe you can avoid some mistakes and learn from their experiences so that your journey with your kids becomes a beautiful one. And I'm so very glad that on this particular episode we have a very very special guest. Now you might be guessing who is the guest on the show today, and I'm extremely glad to tell you that the guest that we have today comes from the city of kebabs and the city of Nawabs. The guest is from Lucknow and currently working in Gurgaon as the principal of DPS Sector 45. So, who do we have? A lot of you might have guessed by now. We have with us Aditi Mishra, madam, from DPS Sector 45, Gurgaon. It is indeed an honor and a pleasure for me to have Aditi, madam, on this show today. By the way, before we dive in, I can tell you one thing, all the parents out there, you might want to have a pen or a paper with you because you will get some nuggets of wisdom today that will make a real difference to your journey. So before we go in, let me give you a little brief about madam, and then we dive in the Q&A, something that you have been waiting for. So madam is a career educator for more than 35 years now. 35 years, 3.5 decades is a long time. She's an alumnus of DPS RK Puram and Lady Shri Ram College. She has worked at several DPSs, RK Puram, Vasant Kunj, Dubai, and now heads DPS Gurgaon since 2001, more than 2 decades now. A Karamveer Chakra awardee, she has received the Maharatna Award from iCongo in 2019. She's received the Teachers Award from CBSE and is a master trainer for CBSE. So she's the educator of the educators as well. She continues to train educators through the Center of Excellence of CBSE. She's currently the vice chairperson of NPSC, which is National Progressive Schools Council. She's authored various books and has ideated various books for children. Her hobbies and interests include classical Indian music and dance and reading. And by the way, I started with the city of kebabs and nawabs. Don't you run out for food, right? Stay tuned. Madam, it is indeed an honor and a pleasure to have you on the show with us today. Thank you for your consent to be a part of it.
Thank you so much for inviting me. It's a very unique idea, and that's why I wanted to be part of it.
Thank you. Glad. Madam, you know that our audience is parents, and as parents, their idea is that hamare bache na, they should really become successful and good human beings. That's something that every parent strives for. And while talking about success, success in itself is a very broad term. Quite a broad term. I'm pretty intrigued to know what does it mean to you. What is your idea of success? How would you define it?
Thank you for that question, and thank you for qualifying that it is a very broad term and means different things to different people. So for someone, a success may be having arrived and bought himself or herself a beautiful house. For somebody, it may mean getting a big car. For me, success is a much more simple term. It just means happiness. Being happy in what you do and how you do it, and the fact that you wake up happy in the morning, looking forward to the day ahead, looking forward to doing what you are doing. So it's a pretty simple term for me. Being happy is being successful, because life is very short, and living it with unhappiness or with regrets is perhaps such a waste of a life. So happiness, success.
I think all the parents out there, we're getting you to do some maths here, some equation here. And the equation is that happiness is equal to success. And I think all the parents out there, it would be really great if you look at the success of your kids from this equation. because a lot of times I think the success is looked at from very different parameters. Will not put ropes to your ideas on success, but then a simple equation: happiness is equal to success. And I like the way you said that, if you wake up happy, what else would you want? And I think that reflects across your life. So all the parents out there, remember the equation. You never know, I might come back to quiz you on your equation. So now all the parents, their idea is that कि बच्चे जो हैं successful हों, they should go ahead in life, and that's what their idea is. And I think even a child feels that when he grows up, he should become a good human being, a successful human being. But my question to you is that, what does it take for a child to become successful, maybe on his or her terms, in the real life? What's your take on that?
So I've been saying this for many years now, that perhaps the two most important roles that we have, not most, I mean, two very important roles we have in life. One is of being a spouse and one is of being a parent. Okay. And there is nothing that prepares us for this. So what we ultimately, like you began by saying, we make mistakes, we are confounded at what do we do now? We've never handled the situation before. So I think the one mantra that I have is, try and do what your parents did. So as a spouse and as a parent, you turned out pretty okay. I mean, unless somebody really regrets the kind of parenting they had, I have not met many people like that. Most people have turned out happy, successful. And like I said, for me, happiness is at a premium, because if you're happy doing what you're doing, you're sort of sorted. And if you go back to what your parent would have done in a certain situation, it makes it that much simpler. For children, I think allowing them to do what they want to do within parameters is what I would expect parents to do, who are looking at molding their child or helping them on their path to their future. So as a parent, obviously you have dreams for your child. So articulate them, talk about them, say what is it that you want. And honestly, being a parent myself, I would want my children to be happy. That's the first thing. Be happy and healthy. So when you say happy, it sort of encompasses a lot of things. You have to be healthy. You can't be very unhealthy and sickly and still be happy. You have to be, like I said, happy waking up in the morning to get to your job. So that is the professional happiness. You have to be happy doing what you're doing. So ultimately, all of it comes down to the child finding what gives him or her happiness and going on that path. It is quite pointless for all of us to just, think that this is the right path and becoming a doctor or an engineer or a lawyer or a businessman is the path to happiness. It may not be. It's like saying, that because I can run, you should be able to run. No, there is no such rules. So I think for the parent who wants to lead their child to a real success and transfer that success into what I call real life, then the journey has to start very much in advance from the time they're small, setting up expectations, having those agreements, and then moving ahead. As simple as
that's a brilliant way to put it. And all the parents out there, I think, what I loved about the conversation is that you articulated that point, and you spoke about articulating, asking the parents to articulate their dreams and their ideas about what is it that they have in mind. Yeah. And a lot of times, all the parents out there, we see that you end up speaking to your neighbors, that this is what I want for my child, and somehow it's not working out. I think it's time that we speak to our kids about what we have in mind for them. And at the same time, you also mentioned about that it's not necessary that everybody has to become a doctor, lawyer, engineer, or or maybe a businessman. Let the child come out with his or her own ideas and own ideas, and maybe support them. And maybe support them. And you spoke about, in fact, in the conversation, you further took happiness and success to even a broader term when you spoke about health. I like those two words when you said happiness and health. And in fact, if that happens, that's what would every parent would want the same.
Absolutely.
And but tell me something. This is a little personal from your experience. 35 years is a pretty long journey, right? And वो कहते हैं ना बाल ऐसे ही सफेद नहीं हुए, right? So 35 years is a pretty long journey, and you have seen thousands of parents, literally. And what is it that you see in terms of patterns which is not really supportive in the parenting journey? आपने कुछ ऐसा देखा हो which is not really supportive as a pattern? If you bring that out, that will help the viewers and the parents.
This is my favorite question.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Because I keep telling parents this, and it's something which confounds me now, because parenting is a blessing. You've got a child to nurture, but your child is not your child. If you read those lovely lines by Khalil Gibran, children are life's longing for itself. They come from you, but they are not for you. So you have to be very clear. So the worst mistakes, you're basically talking about the worst thing the parent can do. One, and this is the topmost for me, is having unfair expectations of the child. So I've seen so many parents. I divide this unfair expectation into two parts.
Right.
One is that I was a topper, so my child has to be a topper. I'm sorry, topping is not genetically passed on. It deals with a lot of other things, and maybe you were not a great singer and your child is a wonderful singer. Maybe you were not good in art, your child is a fantastic artist. So this unfair expectation that I was this, so my child should be this, very unfair. The second corollary of that is that I could not do this because I didn't have the resources, or there was no, nothing available around me. So now because it is available, my child must do this. Why? These are both the two parts of the same coin. Making your child do something either because you did it or because you couldn't do it. I think children must be allowed to explore, to speak what they want to do, guide them the right way. I mean, of course, somebody says, I want to become the best bank robber. Of course, we tell them, no, this is not the right thing to do. But something, if the child wants to go explore, have a journey, please allow that. The second horriblest thing which parents do is comparing. उसके तो 100 आएंगे, तुम्हारे 98 पे क्यों अटक गए? अरे why? How does it matter? Because unconsciously, I think parents think that they are encouraging or inspiring the child. They are not. They are creating a very unfair kind of a comparison in the child's mind that I am not good enough. उसके अच्छे मार्क्स है, अरे वो डांस में सबसे आगे खड़ी थी, कितना चली थी, तुम तो पीछे हो गई थी. Why? Your child is your child. Your child should be the most precious in the whole world. So whether she's dancing at the back or she's dancing behind somebody, you should just say your dance was the best. I couldn't get my eyes off you. That's what your child wants to hear. That's what she needs to hear. And children who are compared unconsciously learn this art of comparison, and they may say tomorrow, Papa, you have a small car, so-and-so uncle has a big car. How come? How come we don't go out to foreign holidays and that person does? You are allowing them this very dangerous thing of comparing. The worst thing, I mean, maybe there's something wrong with it. I don't have any jealousy. I don't have any envy, because I'm very happy being who I am and what I am. And in case I see something very nice, I'm able to enjoy it without wanting to acquire it. And that is the art we must tell the children. And it will happen only from the home. Any parent who compares the children's looks or their marks or their achievements are opening up a very dangerous door. 10 years from now, the child may compare you for your job, for your car, for your home, your holidays, what you eat. It's very unhappy, because comparisons lead to unhappiness, whether you accept it or not. And the third and the last is this pressure to become the best. There is no such thing as the best. There's no perfect child. There's no perfect human. There's no perfect parent. So acceptance of who you are. If you accept the child for who he is or she is, she learns to accept herself for who she is. So this whole thing of, I find it very strange. And I've talked to children about this often, that those who are, I'm talking about complexion now, those who are very fair want to do a bronzing. Those who are very dark want to put some creams and become fair. Those who have straight hair want to have curly hair. Those who have curly hair now want to have straighten the hair. So there is basically a lack of acceptance of what you are, who you are. Accept that, love yourself for who you are, and move ahead. So these three basic, most scary things which parents do: comparisons, unfair expectations, and the pressure to be the best, should be avoided at any cost. And if you have been doing it, undo it.
This is, in fact, this was a very pertinent and in fact very strong and relevant points. All the parents out there, देखो मैंने नहीं बोला. You're hearing from a seasoned educator about something that we might be doing unconsciously, but then this can lead to a lot of damage, and that damage, as Madam said, that it's something that you can undo. No, you cannot really undo that, and you'll have to keep that in mind.
You can undo it.
Can
undo it if your child is still small.
Yes.
And if you have unconsciously 1 year ago said that, your dance was not good enough, or you didn't look pretty enough, today sit down and say, I said that day, but now when I was thinking, I think you were the best dancer.
So this is a bonus that they get, right?
Yeah.
So देखो ये आपको bonus मिला, मुझे लग नहीं रहा था ये मिलेगा, but then you have this bonus coming to you, and do not do not leave that chance, do not leave that scope. If you know that you have done something which could have been avoided, it's time that you make up for it. You walk to your child and speak about it, because what I've heard, Madam, is that what goes inside the brain of a child till 16 goes till 60, good or bad. So it's time that you can do the right thing. So comparison is something, and I loved it. I had a smile when you were speaking about the same. You said that कि उसके 100 आए. I think you were in the shoes of a parent, and उसके 100 आए तो तुम्हारे क्यों नहीं आए? And all the parents out there, this is especially for the ones who are dying for marks. कि बस नंबर आ जाए, right? And कैसे तैसे करके नंबर आ जाए. You're hearing a seasoned educator saying that your child has certain capabilities, and he or she will do according to his own capabilities, which can be enhanced for sure. But then comparing them with somebody who scores a 99 or 100 would only do more harm than good, right? So सिर्फ marks नहीं, बच्चे को कुछ ऐसा बनाओ so that he or she can leave a mark. Maybe you can look at it that way. Wonderful points, Madam, that you spoke about. Now, if you have to, because given your experience, you would have so many ideas that you can, look at and guide parents on. What would be this is going to be a tough one, by the way, I can tell you. So, what would be your top 3? I know from your experience of 35 years, I'm asking you for top 3. I think this would be a difficult one, right? So,
okay. So, for the parent, I would say, what is missing nowadays a little bit, have open conversations.
Right.
It's very important to talk. The child should know that he or she can come to you for anything and everything. गलती भी हो गई आके बताओ, parent help ही करेगा. This is a tough one because I know parents are working. They're in very high pressure jobs. At times, both parents are working. And as a principal, as a teacher, I've always told the children, if a child has ever come to me, and they have come to me and said, ma'am, I think you care about me more than my mother does. It breaks my heart. It doesn't make me feel good at all. And I said, beta, galat socho. Yes, I love you a lot, but your mother loves you immensely. Ma'am, but she has no time for me. I again cover up for the mother and I said, no, she's working for your future, beta. Kal ko tum bahar jana chahoge, on a single salary, it cannot happen. So mommy and papa both are working to create a better future for you. So a little message for those working parents. My heart goes out to you. Hats off to you for running homes and having children and having very high pressure jobs. But do spend that little time that you have with your child. It is that sacred time. Just like you tell your child, Abhi mera office time, don't disturb me. In the child's time, say this is my child's time, I will not be disturbed. And that time can be in the evening, it can be in the afternoon. With technology coming in, I'm sure in offices you have that little 15-20 minute off at 3-4 sometime. Set that time and say, I'm going to have a Zoom call with my child and have a one-on-one. Anything, kya khaya? Did anything happen special in school or college? Anything that's bothering you? Today I've had a tough day, and share Open conversation means you share your problem also. Today I have a very bad day. My boss shouted at me. Immediately you are opening up a side of yourself that the child does not know about. So there is empathy coming in, flowing both sides.
Right.
So open conversations, vital for a successful parent-child relationship.
Right.
Second, be supportive. अगर बच्चे ने कुछ कर दिया है गलत, support the child, scold him, of course, that's your right. If you have to give a disincentive, give that also. Okay, this Friday we are not going to go out for dinner because you have upset me. Whatever, say it.
Right.
But support the child. They should not feel that my parents have abandoned me because मुझसे गुस्सा हो गए. That should not happen. I have had parents who have said, I'm not going to sign the report card because he's done badly. अरे 80% आ गए, क्या problem है? कर दो sign. नहीं sign करने से वो 90 नहीं बनेगा.
Right.
So just be supportive, and in case, that's my third and final point.
Yeah.
In case you have those expectations, please articulate them. Tell your child, मुझे 90% चाहिए. And yet, understand if a child is not getting it, it's not because they don't want to get it, but maybe there's a problem. They are not able to do it. Accept your child. You cannot shun your child. You cannot get angry. You cannot stop talking to them because marks अच्छे नहीं आए. You'll realize when the child is about 25 or 26 and has been sort of detached from you, that this is what you did when they were in 9th or 10th or 11th. And now parents will say, but madam, आप ही कहते हो marks लाने चाहिए. And I, as a principal, have been saying marks are important, but they're not everything. So understand this difference. Marks are everything means सब कुछ छोड़ दो, नाच गाना खाना पीना socializing movie सब छोड़ दो, सिर्फ पढ़ाई करो. और तभी marks नहीं आए तो सर पीट लो अपना. What's the point? Better than that, accept, and there is a place for everybody. Please don't believe that only 100%ers get somewhere. There is space for everybody. You have to just find it. I'm not a 100%er. I'm not even a 90%er. In my time, if somebody got a 60, parents gave laddu to the whole colony. I'm that generation.
Right.
So a first division was considered fine. And there was, what is the stress today? I understand the stress is that there are fewer seats and more children.
Yeah.
That's the stress. So find what groove your child can get into. Eventually, sabki jagah bani hui hai. That is the law of the universe. Your child will get somewhere. But you have to sit with them and find that space. The child cannot find it on his own. So I have had children who have been, for example, forced to get into a certain stream because दादाजी ने किया था, सारे चाचा ताए करते हैं, हम भी वही करते हैं, तो ये फॉर्म कौन चलाएगा, तुम्हें भी करना है. And I've had children crying, weeping in school कि नहीं करना है, I want to do something else. I want to be a photographer, for example. The father almost had a fit at that time. तुम फोटो खींचते फिरोगे, because his idea of photographer is छोटी सी दुकान है और फोटो खींच रहा है. I said, there's much more to it. So this child, I'm not going to name him, did what his father wanted, followed that so-called path which was decided for him.
Right.
But the moment he joined the business, he hated it. And within a year or two, just to avoid getting to a depression, he left all that, is one of the most celebrated photographers now.
Wow.
Did what he had to. Another child wanted to go into teaching, was forced to do engineering. So he was a more articulate. He says, "Theek hai, I've done engineering, here's the degree, rakho aap, main ja raha hu teaching karne." He joined Teach for India. Today he is a successful teacher. So a child today will do what he or she wants to do.
Cool.
Let him therefore get your support in reaching there rather than pushing him somewhere else and then him sort of throwing that degree on your face and doing what he or she wants to do. पहले से उसको support कर लो, because आज का बच्चा नहीं मानेगा, उसको जो करना है वो करेगा.
True.
Let us be their friends. Let's lead them on that path.
I think this is quite insightful, and and I can't hold myself back from saying that when WHO reports rise in depression amongst the youth, a major reason is that they are being forced to do what they don't want to do.
Absolutely.
And then they feel stressful about the situations, and then they take a leap, they take some different steps, and then we kind of as a parent realize kash maine us time na ye nahi kiya hota, and that regret, that that weighs in pounds. So I think it's time today that we kind of support them, and all the parents out there जो आप सपने संजोए बैठे हो कि इससे तो मैंने यही करवाना है, right? So it's time that you kind of drop that idea and stand in support for your child, because with your support your child might do miracles. I promise you that. In fact, that reminds me, when I had to transition from hotel management, cooking there to education. My parents stood by. They asked me one thing, kitna time chahiye hai? And I said, give me some time and I should be able to get going. And a parent's support becomes a pillar of strength. And
Yeah.
that's, for all the parents out there, your support is the need of the hour. And you said something that everybody has a place in the universe. I love that line. Everybody has a place in the universe. So सिर्फ ऐसा नहीं है कि 100% IELTS के लिए है. There is a place for everybody. Try and nourish that talent that your child has, and he will see through. You will see him doing well. You will see her doing well. So great. Now, लेकिन एक चीज और है. The truth is that changes बहुत speed से हो रहे हैं. We're changing at a very fast pace, and especially in the last 1.5 years, you would see that the changes have, we've undergone. Especially the teaching community has to undergo massive transformation, and that in a very limited time.
Yeah.
Now, just trying to see things in a broader perspective, that there are changes in technology, there are changes in the careers, there are changes how employers are looking at work. There's a lot of disruption happening, and सारे बच्चे चाहते हैं कि eventually when they go out in the real world, they do well for themselves. So what would be those skills that kids can learn at an early age, maybe especially during the school time or maybe early, and that will help them stand out in the real world?
Okay, so this is for everybody, and it starts from a very early age. One, the top skill is to learn to deal with change. हमारे बच्चे अब ऐसे हो गए कि सेक्शन चेंज कर दो तो आंसू निकल आते हैं. What is this? And today we are dealing with change that like we had never imagined. And like you said, suddenly from having a happy life and going for picnics and parties, suddenly we were locked up inside our homes. It was a huge change.
Yes.
So deal with it. And I went, I did not know how to reach out. So I sent out short videos to parents in my school and to children and to teachers that we cannot change what's happening outside. I cannot do away with Corona. I cannot step out because it's not safe.
Correct.
I can do nothing. So I have made a choice to be happy. I choose to be happy. And in my happiness, I will find ways to do things. I have so many blessings. I have a home. I have food in front of me. I have a job. All I have to do is retrain myself on doing my job online. So this dealing with change is a very important skill and often undermined. I have parents writing to me, "Oh, ma'am, my child is heartbroken. Uska section change ho gaya." Arey bhai, ye to bahut chota change hai. He still has friends around him because एक अकेले बच्चे का change नहीं हुआ है. उसके section के 5-6 बच्चे आए हैं. Learn to deal with that. उसके बस के कुछ friends होंगे, उसके neighborhood के कोई friends होंगे. तो ये change accept करो. I'll give you a personal anecdote. My father was in the army. So we were moving every 2 years. And I found that it made me who I am. I can talk to anybody. I can make friends in a jiffy. I can settle down in a completely unfamiliar place because that's what my upbringing taught me. It was not a choice to stay put in one place.
True.
I couldn't. तो हर 2 साल मूव करोगे, नए दोस्त बनेंगे, नया स्कूल मिलेगा, नई टीचर मिलेंगी, सेक्शन तो बिल्कुल ही दूर हो गया. I mean, स्कूल ही बदल गया पूरा.
Correct.
So that
Correct.
dealing with change, I think, is the most vital skill which parents must teach and schools must address and look into and teach in whatever way possible. The second is something which sometimes is going unnoticed, that is empathy. We are so caught up with ourselves कि दूसरे का हम सोच ही नहीं पा रहे. And for me, we have these conversations sometimes at home with my children, with my cousins. What is our purpose in life? हम यहाँ क्यों आए हैं? खाने पीने और सोने के लिए और एक जॉब करने के लिए, और are we going to leave an impact? तो चाहे छोटा impact, I'm not looking at huge impact कर लिया कुछ, but छोटा impact, अगर 1000 छोटे impact होंगे तो कहीं पर एक बड़ा impact उसका दिखेगा. So try and be empathetic to the needy. Do whatever you can. You can educate them. You can maybe look after their job. You can give away some of your possessions which you don't use anymore. That empathy, I think, is a very important skill. वो भी हमारी छूटी जा रही है. Unfortunately, because पहले it was like in our system. We were taught कि ये चीज खत्म हो गई, इसको किसी को दे दो, pass it on, recycle करो. वो recycling का concept ही चला गया हमारा. So somewhere I think we need to get back to that thing of learning to give back. And the last, but the one of, I mean, I can't say it's the last one, that is learning, teaching children how to be collaborative and create teams. Is individual players की दुनिया रही नहीं. Yes, one person can make a difference. I'm not even saying that, but that one person also needs a team behind him. अकेले कुछ नहीं होएगा. So how do you make that team? Why do you make that team? Is the team going to be completely homogeneous कि सब एक जैसे हैं, robotics की तरह, robots की तरह साथ काम करें? नहीं. किसी की कोई weakness होगी, कोई strength होगी. Build on the strengths, cover the weaknesses. एक की weakness दूसरे की strength हो सकती है. तो team ऐसी बनाओ, and the team should work like a well-oiled machine. And this team is at work, at school, in social gatherings. Teamwork matters. To be able to collaborate, meet with people, and work at whatever you want to work at together is the key for the future. Anyone who can't work in a team, I'm sorry, may have a tough time. I believe now, even in corporates, they're called team leads.
Yes.
Not bosses. They're not managers. They're called team leaders. So मैं team को आगे बढ़ाया. तो आप अपना नहीं सोच रहे, पूरी team को आगे बढ़ा रहे हो. So it's a great change in the way we think, and I think this too should start from home, and of course schools must take it forward as well.
Very, very powerful points. Dealing with change, and especially when you spoke about you growing up in an army background, वहाँ choice बचती ही नहीं है. Every 2 years you're flying from one place to the other, and that definitely contributed to who you are today. And I think if parents can, I really picked up this idea from you and all the parents out there. अगर आप एक early age से, if you can start talking to your kids that changes will come, if they're primed to the idea that changes will come, I think the adaptation will become comparatively easier, right? Vis-a-vis when you stand and say, hey Bhagwan, excuse my words for that, कि अब इसको इस change को कैसे संभालें? Because when a child looks at you and sees that, okay, आप ही change नहीं handle कर रहे हो, तो वो तो he will definitely utilize that to his for his own advantage. And you spoke about giving back. I like that word. छोटे छोटे हजार impact can lead to a bigger impact. And I want to ask you something. I have been reading about your journey and how things have been. I've had the privilege to lead a couple of workshops for your teachers in the school. You started this initiative जहाँ पे शिक्षा केंद्र, जहाँ पे villages से कुछ बच्चे आते थे, and that impact started small and then grew. Why don't you talk a little bit about that? The beginning of that and how it is for you.
So that is a combination of all these things put together, because it's teamwork, it's empathy,
correct,
and it's collaborative. I mean, whatever we are doing, we're doing with a lot of love and affection and a huge team. So we started off in 2003 with just a handful of children. Right. And we wanted to reach out. That the idea was that the building is empty after 2 o'clock. Children leave. Correct. So why should that space go waste? So try to reach out to people in the domestic workers, living in the jhuggis nearby, the villages nearby. They don't have proper schools. Maybe they're not going to school at all. So we started encouraging them to come to our school from about 1:30 to about 5:30. And we were very surprised that within 2 years, we had children coming to us in huge numbers. Today, I have almost 1,500 plus children over there in the Shiksha Kendra. Wow. From class 1 to class 12. And then the thought came that after class 10, what? Kya karwaenge inko? So we moved to the NIOS curriculum, the open school curriculum. Usme se bhi a lot of children wanted to drop out. So our Pro Vice Chairperson, Mrs. Dhara Jaipuria, wanted to introduce skilling. So we opened another little vertical called Pravah, which deals with a lot of skill subjects like stitching, baking, cooking, beauty culture, dealing with tourism, all those, ticketing kaise hoti hai, how to speak well, how to be able to communicate what you are saying. So anybody who didn't want to study after 10th, we put them there. Those who wanted to study, we brought them in the 11th and 12th and took them through the curriculum. And since you started me off, Kamalni, this is my favorite topic, so I will not stop here.
No, please go ahead. We want to listen.
Yeah. After class 12, these children had their dreams. I mean, बच्चे तो without सपने are not बच्चे at all ना. सपने बहुत हैं. तो उन सपनों को उड़ान कैसे दी जाए is what was plaguing me, because frankly schools don't have that kind of surplus कि हम आगे भी पढ़ा लें. So I appealed to my outgoing batch that instead of giving a gift to school, which you normally give, kabhi aap fridge dekhte ho, kabhi aap koi lights lagate ho, why don't you put this as a purpose for the children's education? So every year the outgoing batch gives money for college education of my outgoing Shiksha Kendra batch.
Wow.
So these
that's
children,
beautiful.
they started 4-5 years ago, and some of those children have now finished college, and the parents of the school have come forward कि we will give them some support. हम उनको internship दिलवा देते हैं, हम Deloitte में हैं, ये बच्चा ठीक ठाक कर लेगा, let us give him a chance. So imagine a child who was living in a jhuggi, now is getting an internship in a KPMG or a Deloitte or any big company.
Imagine.
His dreams become bigger, and there are so many people. I've now seen that the world is a very kind place. अगर कोई बच्चा है जिसके पास ऐसा basic strengths हैं उसके पास, he's able to speak, he studied reasonably well, there are 100 hands that come forward to support you. So that has been for me one of my dreams come true, so to say, कि ये बच्चे हमने बिल्कुल सक्षम बना दिए. ये नहीं कि पढ़ा लिखा के कहीं पे छोड़ दिया कि now you do what you want.
Correct.
Even those doing the skilling, you'll be happy to note that some of them have joined boutiques, some of them have opened the little boutiques in the village, some of them are doing, they're going door to door and providing services of a salon inside homes. So idea is to make girls and boys economically independent and give them a purpose. They have to get up in the morning and get to work. We've achieved that.
This is so very beautiful, and because somebody dived into empathy and किसी ने सोचा बाकियों के बारे में. And when you speak about them, I'm just thinking aloud. I'm thinking about these kids and their families. As you say that they came from चाहे वो झुग्गी से हैं या villages से हैं या economically weaker section से हैं, they would have not imagined in their wildest dreams की life कैसी हो सकती है. But given the support that they got, I'm thinking from a point that not only their life got impacted, उनकी जो पूरी family है, उनकी पूरी family पे एक positive impact आया होगा.
बिल्कुल.
And that's so beautiful. All the parents out there, from the entire conversation that we have been having, अगर हम, if we can take this and inculcate in our kids to do something for others, that is something that will make this world a better place to live. While everybody is about is about taking, when few hands come forward to give, मुझे लगता है वहां से life बदलती है. And madam, I think 1,500 kids, it's a full-fledged school. स्कूल में कई बार इतने बच्चे नहीं होते हैं जितना आपने शिक्षा केंद्र में. That's a huge unit, and really congratulations to you and the entire team.
Absolutely. Without the team, it couldn't have happened. Correct. Without the vision of our patrons, it couldn't have happened. Because whenever I'm short of money, I just tell Mr. and Mrs. Jaipuria, I need this, and there comes in a couple of hours I get what I want for these children.
That's actually so nice, and teamwork makes the dream work, and with your team you have made a huge impact, and kudos to the entire team. We're very happy to hear this. Now you have had a mega journey and such an inspiring journey. Tell us, ये थोड़ा personal है, and you'll have to tell us as to what led to this journey. What you are so successful, and you've done very well for yourself. You have left an impact in the society. You have a name in the fraternity for a lot of initiatives that you have taken. थोड़ा सा हमें अपने success mantras के बारे में बताओ. Tell us so that we get to know that there are mantras that they do come in handy.
Okay.
What would those be?
So you'll be very happy with my first success mantra.
Yeah.
That is my parents. Because your whole idea is about parenting, and I think I've learned a lot about parenting from my own parents. They were very supportive. So in my family, I have a lot of cousins and uncles and aunts. My parents never compared any of us. We are a set of 3 siblings. We were never compared. My brothers got better marks than me. We were never told anything. I was never told कि तुम्हारे marks क्यों कम आ रहे हैं, because I was so busy singing and dancing and doing other fun stuff in school that sometimes I couldn't top. I mean, I was I was in the top 10, yes, perhaps, but I don't think I've ever come first, to be honest. I came second or third a couple of times when, maybe I may have studied harder, but I was genuinely a happy child, happy student. I was always part of the dance, and I was always part of the music. So happiness quotient, parents supportive. So it made me who I am. I was confident that what I'm doing is correct because they did not show me down. So I think supportive, conscious parenting is what they did without knowing the term. And I picked off from there, and I've never put pressure on my children. And that's the mantra I share with the parents otherwise. The second thing, like I told you, I think my mantra is dealing with crisis and dealing with change. That was imbibed inside with the kind of life I had कि हर 2 साल में हिल के कहीं चल पड़ो. Crisis भी होएगी, किसी क्लास में पहुंच गए, you don't know anybody, deal with it. I didn't get any sympathy from my parents. But now friend नहीं है कोई friend, तो that's not their problem. So I learned to cope. And last, I think because of this, it's an offshoot of that. I get along with people. I find it easy to make friends, and because of that, and because I've tried to be helpful, no one has ever said no to me. So if I want to create a team to do some other project, मुझे कोई मना नहीं करता. So I think that makes me happy. तो वो eventually मेरा happiness equal to success कहीं ना कहीं से आ ही जाता है. I'm happy with my friends. I'm happy with my job. I'm happy with my life. I'm happy being a parent. I'm happy being a child of my parents. So that happiness quotient keeps me going.
It has come a full circle, isn't it?
Full circle.
How
Absolutely.
beautifully it has come a full circle. And I loved it when you said, you said parenting as a success mantra. In your case, that the right parenting happened, and that made a huge difference. So for all the parents out there, अगर आपको अच्छे fruits चाहिए, right? If you want good fruits, don't take it literally. Right? I'm talking about your kids. The right roots have to be provided by you through parenting, and that's what the message is. Kids out there, one message, if you have to give your key message to all the students out there, given so much of uncertainty, so much that they go through, what is your key message for them?
So for children, I want them to be honest. That's my first thing, which I'm not saying it's missing, but we don't talk about it often enough. So if a child says, I studied really hard, but marks nahi aaye, I say, bete honestly batao kitna पढ़े थे, bit by bit लिख के बताओ मुझको. तो पता चला 1.5 घंटा पढ़े थे पूरे हफ्ते में, और एक्सपेक्टेशन ये है कि मेरे फुल मार्क्स आ जाए. कैसे होएगा बेटा? क्या कर रहे थे? बी ऑनेस्ट, क्या कर रहे थे? मैम नेटफ्लिक्स, मैम वीडियो गेम. तो ऑनेस्टी है, बट वो दबी हुई है, उससे कोई पूछेगा तो पता चलेगा. So if the child, whoever's watching, if you can just be honest, it'll sort out your life. So if you and have those agreements कि अगर मैंने 4 घंटे पढ़ा है तो मैं 3 घंटे मूवी देख सकता हूँ, there's nothing wrong with it. There's no harm in seeing a movie every day also. There's no problem. Any parent who says हमने board exam के time अपना टाटा स्काई हटा दिया या मूवी देखना, why? The punishment है exam. Exam is a part of life. My household was a crazy household. Every Friday, whichever new movie came, we had to go and see it. Nice. Saturday, we had to go and meet my parents. Sunday, we had to go and meet my husband's parents. And my children were expected to do well in the Monday test. So, nice. Yeah. Expectation bata di thi ki sare hafte padho to. We will not stop seeing grandparents because it's your Monday test. So you deal with it yourself. Yeah. So for the children out there, be honest. You have to study because that is your road, unfortunately, to a lot of things. You cannot want to go into the best college of Delhi University or the world and not get those marks. वो system बना हुआ है. It's not कि इंडिया में ये होता है, हर जगह ये होता है. इंग्लैंड चले जाओ, अमेरिका चले जाओ, आपके फलाने मार्क्स आएंगे तो आपको ये यूनिवर्सिटी मिलेगी. Right? So be honest in what you're doing. Help the needy. It will make you feel good. Just trust me on that. In receiving, you don't have as much happiness as in giving. You just said that also, Mr. Singh. And there's a prayer also. It is in giving that we receive. It is in forgiveness that we are forgiven. So jitna doge utna वापस आएगा. Help the needy in whatever way, and of course do your very best and stay grounded. कहीं बहुत ऊंची उड़ान before time नहीं होनी चाहिए. Time से अपने आप everything will take off, but stay grounded as much as possible. It just makes sense there is no crash landing there.
And that's powerful messages for all the students out there, and take them, imbibe them, put it into practice in your life, and your life will see a change and a turnaround. Madam, it has been a beautiful conversation. I totally loved it, and we really want to thank you for your generous inputs, and all the parents out there for listening to this. And our real success of the episode would also be when you take some of this and implement in your life, because it is in implementation that you will see the results. And वो कहते हैं ना, a small little step here and there can make a huge difference. So it's time for you, all the parents out there, to make that change. And I'm going to see you very soon on yet another episode. Madam, thank you once again.
Thank you. Bless you.
Thank you so much.